So anyway, we've got two things that we can do. First of all, I'm gonna head to Lake Hylia just for a second. Because there is indeed one last Skulltula. In order to get the Skulltula, you're going to have needed the gauntlets. So yeah, you kind of needed the gauntlets in order to get the Skulltula. Yeah. So I'm going to Lake Hylia because then we can just go through the tunnel. That's over here. Yeah, because the lake is filled, so yeah, we can go through the tunnel. Tunnel's over here, yeah. It's kind of sad to say that this is probably some of the last that we'll ever see of the game. In fact, I think next part may be the last part, depending on how quickly I can actually do it. It'll probably be a long-ish part, but not a... Wait, is it blocked over? You can't go in there? You can't go in there? I didn't know you couldn't go in there. It's kind of weird playing the song and then not walking, by the way. It's kind of funny just doing that. Probably would have been quicker actually just to ride a Pona. So anyway, so we gotta still deal with that guy. It's weird, why are these guys should totally have gone away when you cleared the forest temple, by the way, because they kind of get really annoying, don't they? Get him in the butt. Feels so good when you're taking a dump. That kind of stuff. Okay, so I'm not gonna need to rack up on fairies, because trust me, they'll give you fairies right before the occasion. If you ever needed fairies before, then this would be the best place to grind them, because you absolutely did know where they would be. The other thing is that when you got the gauntlets, so before you actually did the second half of the Spirit Temple, there was something that you could have gotten. I'll discuss this a little bit later in the part, just because we're going to be getting them soon. But you could have actually gotten something kind of nice before you did the rest of the... I don't know why I went that way, actually. Because we gotta go to... Because I'm not with it. Because we gotta get to the place. So anyway, yeah, so... There is something very nice for you if you use the steel gauntlets. It's extremely intended before you go to Ganon's castle, because it's right next to Ganon's castle. But it is possible to get it before you, because the Mirror Shield has no purpose outside of the Spirit Temple. It's only used in that temple and that alone. Like the Golden Scale, it's only used for one piece of heart, and that's it. So anyway, let's go to Zora's River. I didn't know that you still couldn't go to the underground passageway, because the whole place is melted, hasn't it? Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's head into Zora's domain, and particularly up to Zora's fountain up the back. Yeah, I know, we gotta go all the way up there. Yeah. Oh, it's still all frozen. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it unfroze itself when the time came, but nope, still frozen. Well, here's a big fish. Never gonna talk to him again. So yeah, I mean, I should actually, I'll talk about like how the game was. Stuff it. Cut this. And here we are at Zora's fountain. If you come over here at the, and it's also gonna be nighttime. It's also gonna be nighttime. Anyway, so at night time, let's head over here Tektite. But you see those silvery rocks? If you pick up that silvery rock, because you can actually pick up the silvery rock, you'll see that there's a hole. You'll need the steel gauntlets to do that. Steel gauntlets let you do that. If you fall in the hole, you'll find that you'll need the lens of truth. Again, what? For some odd reason, you magically need the lens of truth right now. Or you can just completely avoid these guys, actually. The stuff Skulltulas. And then before we go out of here, we're gonna need the long shot, and I believe nothing up there. Okay, shortcut. Long ladder, apparently. This is kind of a bit of a vague side thing, but if you can do that, there it is, Skulltula number 100. Since we got all of that, let's use the Nocturnal Shadow to go back to Kakariko Village. It's very handy to go back to Kakariko Village. Okay. Now in the graveyard, here we are. So here we are in the graveyard. Let's just kind of head over here. I'm basically just going to head into the Skulltula house, and we'll see exactly what our reward is. Trust me, by this stage of the game, how useless have rupees been? Rupees have been completely useless ever since. The only purpose of rupees is to restock ammo and to buy, and to possibly buy your way into games, but you can into events, and to buy the magic beans. Since you destroyed 100 spiders of the curse on me has been broken. Thank you. Here is a token of my appreciation. Please take it. And he gives you huge rupee worth 200 rupees. If you talk to him again, if you talk to him over and over again, he will give you more money. Problem is, what is the point of money, especially now? The problem about that is that there is no purpose of the money. I'll be alright if you go 50 rupees. 50 Skulltulas. Because then you get the piece of heart, that's all you need. You do not need any more money after 50 Skulltulas. Granted, you can get 50 Skulltulas before you head into the future. But, like, yeah. Yeah, like, it is kind of a bit of a longish thing. Now, just before... Whoa, Pona, whoa. Freaked out there. Now, just before we end off this part, I'm just gonna head over to, Gerudo's Fortress, because there's I would say it's a nice little side thing, but really it serves no purpose at all throughout the rest of the game. Mainly because of how late it is. The only way to beat this is to do it right now, after you get the silver gauntlets. And by now, it is extremely pointless to get. Actually, if you really want to know, the item we're getting is actually an unfinished item in the game. They were intended to make it a full item, but they didn't quite get all the design principles out. It appears in Majora's Mask, I believe, in the Great Bay Temple, and it's used quite well in that temple. But in this game, it serves no purpose other than just being kind of cool in combat. But it's kind of pointless in combat, especially because unless you really want to use your bows on everything, and I'm kind of failing going up here. No, don't turn, you fool! Ah, you see what I did there, pun. Stuff you, Epona! Okay. Oh, I really need a bunny hood right now. So anyway, they fixed the bridge because all the carpenters are over here, and that's kind of a nice touch. By the way, one thing I find kind of weird is how come all the Skulltulas are here in the past but not in the present? Sorry, not in the future. Alright, this guy's happy. You can go in the tent and find all the dudes just hanging out and stuff, but we don't need to do that. We've got a big Goron sword. So yeah. So anyway, here we are back at Gerudo's fortress. Let's just head up the stairs, and you know that first person that I said was there, and I thought you could walk past that person. Well, turns out that person actually is the person guarding the Gerudo trial thing. Okay, basically 10 rupees to enter. So yeah, I mean, you use money for things, but you don't need stacks of money to buy anything, you know? This is the Gerudo training ground. There are several different doorways, and each of them, if you can overcome the trials in the chambers ahead, then and only will you be able to hold our secret treasure. This is basically kind of like a stitch together thing at the very end, because instead of designing this thing, they just kind of did it. Defeat all the enemies in a limited time, so they give you 1 minute and they give you 2 Stalfos. Stalfos aren't that bad. 3 hits with big Gorons. There you go. Defeated them. Now in each of these chambers, when you clear them, you want to open the chest, because the chest will give you a small key. Now you're going to need to be switching items quite a bit in here. So for example, I believe gather the jewels of white, avoiding traps and danger. So I believe for this one you're going to need to be using your long shot. So I believe, yeah, I think it's Remnant of the Water Temple. Let's not get that. Actually, it reminds me of the Fire Temple a bit, actually, which makes sense, but do you think we'd be using like the Megaton hammer? Okay, yeah, it'll be more Fire Temple than anything. Also, don't tell me there's a War Master. So that's 3. It's not that. Oh, pfft. I was about to say it's not that bad, and then there's a giant boulder. Okay, well, there's no point standing here. Da 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 da. So anyway, yeah, so just get all the oh crap. Okay. So it's not that bad. It feels kind of like we just put it together at the last kind of in the last moments. Because it reuses elements, which is nice. There's something to reuse elements. Which is why a lot of people like Okami, because Okami is like Zelda, but it actually uses the items more properly. The problem about the Pegasus boots is that literally there was nothing outside the temple, and the mirror shield is kind of like this. There is nothing outside the temple to even do this. We'll be confounded by impossible puzzles. There's a White Wolf first. Get over it. They have like rock hard skin. It's really weird. Okay, so what we're gonna need to do is that we're gonna need to use the hammer because there's obviously a fake door. You can see how it protrudes from the wall there. Also, we didn't get a key in the last room, did we? No. I don't think we did, actually. I don't know. We can always go back. So So anyway, we've got some arrows. That's not a key. There you go. I believe if you use the lens of truth, there is actually a doorway out of there. You can't exactly do anything about that. That's kind of cool that they are actually using the lens of truth. Anyway, one with silver hands shall move a giant block. Okay. Challenge accepted. Ugh. There you go. Why is it closed? Why is it closed? Unless you need lens of truth for anything. Doesn't look like you need it. It definitely does. Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, I see what you did. So what does that do? Does that open that door? Okay, it does. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna check out that door before I check out that door. Oh yeah, because it's a thing to jump over. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this temple kind of place, you can kind of, oh gosh, like chamber. Oh, they can't eat anything of mine that I'm equipped. Be safe and don't wear any of your tunics. Just wear the Kokiri tunic, wear your mirror shield, and that's it. Because I swear you can't hit these guys without getting eaten. They only do a half heart of damage, so I think now it's alright because there's nothing to lose. Now it's nothing to lose, yeah. It's weird why some of it can be hit and some of it can't. Oh my goodness, them likes! There you go, got him. Do we get another chest for doing that, or just the key here? No key! Ah, big psych! Big psych, that was no key. Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's gonna be a key in here. Now, I believe there's no keys. In that case, there's a key there. There's a key there. I don't know if they're both keys. I should probably be using my lens of truth. Yeah, this one's gonna be a key, isn't it? Boop. There you go, that's a key. So, it's kind of weird, that previous room didn't have a key. This room doesn't have the key, no. Well, it's not that I can see. I see no key. Do you see a key? Well, I do not see a key. And the key I see is not what the key I see. For I do not see the key. Now this leads us into a kind of interesting room. I believe we're going to need the arrows for this one. I don't think we're going to need the ocarina, so stuff that. I don't think we're going to need the ocarina as I get rid of the lens of truth. I think we may need the, hang on, I don't know. Success from me! Yeah! I think how this kind of room plays out is that you've got to hit the eyes. You've got to hit the sides of their heads, apparently. That's how I'm playing. There you go. Hit them in the eyes. Blind the eyes of the statue. That's what I've been attempting to do, at least. What is with blinding statues, anyway? There you go. If you do that, then you win. And there's a chest at their butt. But which one's the butt? Oop. Better not fall in the goop. And we get ourselves another key. So we're going to need to find ourselves a lot of keys. I believe there's 9 of them in total. And if we can do this correctly, then we can check everything out with 9 keys. So that's nice. So we're going to need to get out the Megaton Hammer for this one. A A lot of them require the long shot though. Well, there's tons of totems. By the way, I like how they have these elements from all the other temples. The one place that actually will reuse the stuff. Gerudo's Training Ground. Thank you, Gerudo's Training Grounds, for reusing content. There you go, here's a switch. Oh. Okay, so killing the enemies opens the door, and it makes another chest. Maybe there's 2 keys. I would really like 2 keys, actually. That would be nice. There you go, key. Oh, arrows, okay. I think it's because you need arrows in the next room. Oh! Maybe you need arrows to get that. Okay, well... Alright, sure. What does that do? Does that make another chest, or that opens the... Oh, that opens the door behind. Okay, I got it. Because you can take... Because this is actually a set of 11 rooms. And besides the like room and another room, it's basically just a 3x3 grid. And the treasure room is in the middle. Oh, I love this one. This one is fun, because it's broken as heck. I think you're gonna need, this. Got it. And by broken as heck, I mean it's kind of difficult. It is difficult, this one. I actually do remember doing this one. Cause then you press that. And then it exposes that one rupee there for like a millisecond. And you gotta do that quickly. And you gotta make sure you do not fall at all. Now the other question is, where's the chest? Because it's like, yeah, you're like, where's the chest? I guess I'll head over in here, but collect the underwater gems. What does that mean? Does that mean I've got to collect the underwater gems? Okay.